Dear Patriots, let me tell you, these cases are about abuse of power. They are about manipulating the media. They are about trying to hide certain facts and trying to delay and bury certain facts for the sake of someone getting into office. We agree on that. Here's the thing. What this case is about, all of these cases are about, are simple. It is the abuse of power and how corrupt the government can be. We have to look at the Congress of this country costs us taxpayers $2 million a day to work. $2 million a day. That is what they are doing for us. That is their job. $2 million a day, and they get paid very, very well. They have the best benefits you could possibly want. It's a good time to be in Congress or Senate. But the bottom line is, that's what these people get paid to do, $2 million. We had just this week, and again, just this week, 24, including the House Speaker, take the business day off and go to New York to be part of some sideshow. Have scripts written for them by the ex-president himself. To be delivered for $2 million a day in taxpayer money. I don't care what president it is, what ex-president it is, what side of the aisle the House Speaker is on. When they do something like this, they are getting paid $2 million a day taxpayer money to do this. There were votes on the floor of Congress that morning, scheduled votes, where all the other Congress people showed up, except those that were in New York, apparently drinking and eating, and whatever the hell they were doing doesn't matter. It just makes it worse. But they were in New York instead of doing their fucking jobs. That's the bottom line. And they were in New York to directly influence a criminal case. They were in New York to influence a judicial proceeding. It doesn't matter who it's against. Different, separate branches of government. They were in New York to threaten anybody who goes after the person in charge. So what we're looking at in 2024 is a simple decision. If we are patriots, if we care about this country, look at the facts. Not the cases, not the indictments, not the accusations. None of that. Look at the facts. $2 million a day Congress is being paid to do your job. Okay? Do jobs working for you, to represent you, to vote on important stuff to make our lives better. That's their job. Senate's supposed to be doing the same thing. And the president and everyone else has their particular things they have to do to make that all work too. If someone doesn't do their jobs, we pay the price. Laws that we need passed don't get passed. You know, Republicans, those same Republicans that were in front of the trial, they all voted against veterans benefits and cancer protection and benefits and slash benefits and Social Security. That's what they voted for. And they made time to go to the trial. Then when they got back that night, I'm sure you've seen the ridiculously stupid videos of our representatives fighting like they're drunk at a high school party for $2 million a day of taxpayer money. Those people's jobs are on the line this year. I don't care, Republican or Democrat. You look at what the person you hired for the job last time, look at the job they're actually doing. Don't get politics out of your freaking mind. Get cases and any conspiracy theory bullshit out of your mind. Look at what's actually done. Look what they're voting for. Look what they're voting against. Look what they're fighting so hard for. Do you know that 16 months of the Joe Biden impeachment, they still don't have actual evidence? They went into an impeachment that involved a ton of Congress people that have better things to do, chasing evidence that turned out not existing. Now, I don't care what side of the aisle on. That's what they're doing. $2 million a day. $2 million a day for 16 months. And then going to New York. And then starting a high school mean girls bitch fest at night. That's what they're doing. Now, are you going to hire them again for another whatever years? That's your That's your responsibility. That's what your vote represents. Take it freaking seriously. Get your asses out of this political argument that really doesn't mean anything. These trials are about political corruption. They are about people that could have broken the laws. And supposedly there's all this evidence against both sides, especially Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. Well, great. Continue the fucking investigations. Show us all the evidence before we make the vote in November. Show us all the evidence. We deserve to know. Just like Republicans want to know what's on that tape with Joe Biden and who the hell cares? Yes, transcripts aren't good enough. By all means, watch the freaking video. But watch the other stuff on the other side too. Because that's acting for the betterment of this country. That's acting for our children, our grandchildren. I don't care about Trump going to jail. It would be nice, in my opinion. I believe justice should serve its way out no matter what side of the aisle. And if Joe Biden's in that category too, sorry, Joe. That's how I feel. Because America's more important. So yeah, the political corruption about these Trump cases is pretty heavy. It is pretty nasty. And it costs us $2 million a day. The political infighting over non-substantive things that don't have any reason to be talked about at $2 million a day. Do you know how many hearings went through in this Congress? To lower the salary, the yearly salary of Democrats to $1 a year. They actually had hearings on that. Dozens and dozens and dozens of them. To lower a Democrat's salary to $1 a day. That is a fact. Go on Congress.org and look it up. That is what this Congress has spent $2 million a damn day in taxpayer money. Sorry, stroke moment. They're up for a job renewal. You going to give it to them? Is that your representation? Is that what you want your money to be spent on? Because that $2 million could go many, many, many much better places. So it's not about politics either. It's the best person for the damn job. Now, I'm sorry, whether you believe these cases actually have any evidence to them or not. The fact of the matter is they're there. And because there's supposed to be evidence, we all have the right to see it before the election, before casting our very, very, very important votes. But the votes need to be for the betterment of this country, to preserve this country in what we believe it should be. And I look across the aisle and I have arguments on a day-by-day basis with people that I don't agree with, but I try and figure them out. I want to understand them. Because down deep, we all want the same thing. Down deep, we all want a better life for our grandchildren. We want our granddaughters and daughters to have rights, not to have their medical lives based on a political vote. We used to all agree on that. What happened? There's a lot of corruption in politics on both sides of the aisle. Arguably heavier on one than the other. But all the evidence should be brought out and everyone should know. And Matt Gaetz and Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene, all the little questions about them, Jim Jordan, there should be investigations there too. Why? Because they're up for a new job rehire too. They're up for re-election. So damn right, we need to see that evidence too. You know, the only people who have stopped showing of evidence on a minute-by-minute basis is the Republicans. And that's not a political jab, that's a true one. I want to see all the evidence against Joe Biden or Hunter Biden or Whoopi Goldberg or whoever the hell else you come up with something about. I want to see the evidence before I make a decision to tune them back on TV or vote for them again. I want to see that evidence because I want to make my own decision. I don't want to rely on the media. I don't want to rely on TikTok or Facebook to make a decision that important. I want the facts in front of me. And I'll decide whether or not I want to believe them. Not you, not somebody with a red hat, red tie, and gold sneakers. We need to stay diligent. We need to stay educated, but we need to be kind because we are all in this together.